guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a recommendation video with books perfect for summer. They're all romances. They're all books that I think have, I don't even know how to describe it, books that are fun, some that take place during summer, some that have traveling, some that are just adorable. I have quite a few to get to, so these are all books that I recommend picking up this summer if you want summer vibes in your romances. The first one I have is One Hot Italian Summer by Karina Halle. This one, our heroine is a writer. She did just lose her writing partner though. Her writing partner passed away and she doesn't know how to really write on her own anymore. She's kind of lost her identity. So her agent, I believe, sends her off to her villa in Italy and asks her to get some inspiration. She goes there and the villa is actually occupied by a man and his son, and it is her romance with that man, and it's slightly forbidden. It is amazing. I loved it so much. It made me want to jump on a plane and go to Italy. I love books about writers. The single father aspect was amazing. He's an artist. Everything about this book was perfect, so definitely recommend picking this up for the summer. Then I have Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin. I just read this a couple weeks ago and it was so cute. This is one of the ones that is just like so, I just want to like squeeze its cheeks. It was adorable. So Jordan is a hopeless romantic. He loves romance novels. He goes to the bookstore all the time and he has his own book club that he's obsessed with. He loves it, and he goes to the bookstore and there's a new hire at the bookstore, Rex, and Rex makes fun of him for reading romance, pushes his buttons but like in a flirty way, and Rex actually ends up joining the book club and it's their romance. It's kind of hate to love, but the hate lasts very shortly, and it's more he's annoyed with Rex for making fun of him, but then Rex is all like, I'm gonna read romance too, and it's so cute. I love, like I said, I like books about writers. I love books about readers too. Jordan was so relatable. He just loves romance so much, and it was so cute watching him reading romance. This romance was adorable. If you want an adorable romance for summer, you need to read this one. The next one I have is How to Fail at Flirting by Nicole Williams. This one again is just like a really adorable romance and how it starts. So our heroine has just gotten out of a really bad abusive relationship, so trigger warnings for abusive relationship, it does come into play on page later on in the book, and so she has been single for a little bit and her friends are like, you need to go out there and meet a man, but she's like, I'm terrible at flirting, so they make a list of things she should do, and she meets a guy at a bar and they instantly hit it off, but it's so funny because they're so awkward and they're like, some things don't go out as planned. She does do some embarrassing things, but they're so smitten with each other, it's adorable, and then they realize that he actually is the company hired at her university to choose which departments are being cut, and so it's kind of forbidden and she doesn't know if they should continue on with anything, and it was adorable. I really love this one and I think you should check it out. Then I have Coming Up Roses by Stacey Hart. This one, our hero and heroine had a moment together, but the hero doesn't remember it. And that happened, I think, when they were in high school, and so we flash forward. She's working at his parents' flower shop and they're trying to save it from going under, and he works there too, and they end up having a romance, but he doesn't remember that they had something before, so she's very angry with him, and I think he mistakes her too when she first like starts working there as someone else, and he's just the kind of guy who is just happy and nice to everybody all the time, and he doesn't get like why she would be angry with him, and it's really fun. I really like the backdrop of the flower shop and how it's his family's business, so I definitely recommend checking this out as a really cute romance. Then this one's the only, there's technically 2 YA books on here. This is the only like really YA book, and it is In Deep Waters by something Lukens, FT Lukens. I left my copy at school because I just finished this, and it is adorable, like so adorable. It is a fantasy historical pirate romance, and so our main character, he is a royal, he's a prince, and he's going on his coming of age tour. Tal is his name, and he has magic, but he doesn't tell anybody he has magic because the last ancestor who had magic tried to like take over the world, so it's a big secret he has magic, and there's like whisperings that he does. He's going on his coming of age tour and they come across this burnt ship with this prisoner on it, which is Athlin, the love interest, and he is being held prisoner for a reason, and Tal is in charge of looking after him, and lots of things happen. They're kidnapped a lot of times, people try to steal his magic, and he really grows throughout this as like the 4th son in the royal line to being someone very confident and in charge of himself, and the romance, so adorable. Oh my goodness, so adorable. I loved how they slowly fell for each other and how they just like were super cute around each other. They didn't know what to call each other because they were kind of falling for each other. It's like, oh, he's my friend, but it's like, you know, they're more than friends, and it's so cute. And I just love the whole atmosphere of being at sea with this book. I love the fantasy elements. This is the perfect romance for summer. Then I have Right Where I Want You by Jessica Hawkins. This one is a hate to love romance and an office romance. He works for a magazine that's very male dominated, and they want to hire someone to help them just be more enticing to a broader audience. So our heroine is hired on to help make them more enticing to women as well, and they immediately don't like each other, and it's an office romance because they have to work together. It's so much fun. I read this a few years ago and I really liked it, and I don't really see a lot of people talking about this, so if you like that kind of office romance, I definitely recommend checking this out. The next one I have to recommend is a novella, and it has some travel in it, and that is The Beautiful and Dirty by Katrina Jackson. I've talked about this a lot recently just because I'm so obsessed with it. So our heroine is on vacation in Italy with her boyfriend, and she's kind of fed up with him. They've been dating for a very long time, and she just gets more and more annoyed with him as like the trip goes on. She just says to just go off by herself and do everything she wants to do, leave him behind, and she goes into this restaurant and has the best meal of her life, and our hero is there, and he is an older man and part of the mafia, and he sees her. They have an instant attraction. There is cheating in here, so be aware of that, but I didn't mind it because both of their partners were really awful, and I didn't mind that they were cheating on them. Cheating's bad in real life, but I will say I didn't mind it in this book, and they have just intense chemistry together. It's very short, very quick, but I ended up really loving it, and I can't wait to pick up the next book. But I think the traveling really made me want summer, to be able to travel to Italy, just like One Hot Italian Summer. I'd recommend this one. The next one is The Wicked Wallflower, and this one, Maya Rodale, I think, is the author who wrote it. I think this is the only historical I have on here, but this one was a lot of fun. Our heroine, she decides to put an announcement that she is engaged to someone, and he realizes what she did, and I just read a bunch with this trope in a row, so I don't remember how it actually got put in the paper, but it did, and because I don't think it's the way this other book did, because I read two with the same exact plot line. But he shows up, and he actually needs funding for a project of his, and so he's like, sure, we'll be engaged, and like goes along with it because he is in need of the money and wants to have like a better reputation in society as not this playboy, but someone who's ready to settle down. And then it's not his aunt, but it's like someone who's pretty much like a grandma aunt figure to him, has this estate where she invites everybody to this like game every year, and the winner of this game is put at the top of her will, and so it's like basically whoever wins the year she dies is the one who gets all of her money. And so he brings her along and wants to win so that he can still get that money as well if she happens to die that year. So they have to pretend to be together and play this game, and it's so much fun. I really like this. I just like the whole game aspect, and I think that fun kind of just screams summer to me, so I just really love this one. Then I have Now That I Found You by Christina Forrest. This is the other one that's like kind of young adult, but she is 18, so it kind of is on the new adult side. She's an actress, and in the beginning she really just ruins her career, and so she's horrified and decides to run off to New York to her aunt's house. I think it's her aunt who, it's her grandma. Her grandma, who is infamous and has had her own scandals, so she runs off to see her, and her grandma ends up sending her on this like wild chase around New York with this boy who's been living with her grandma, and her grandma just disappears, and she's trying to find her grandma. It's a lot of fun. I think the whole like running around a city in a day screams summer to me for some reason, and I really love that she was running around all day with this boy that she really hated for no reason because she's just annoyed with her own things that are going on in her life, so she kind of projects it onto him. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. I love Christina Forrest, and more people need to read her books. Then I have one I talk about all the time, and that is Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen, because this one is traveling to a tropical place. Our hero and heroine are best friends, and they are in a friend group, and two of their friends are getting married, and they always play Truth or Dare, and it always gets a little wild, but they have a rule in the friend group that no one can hook up unless they have serious plans of being together. So our heroine does have an ex in the group, but they were like seriously dating, and him and her share a kiss during Truth or Dare, and they're like, what was that? They'd only seen each other as friends before, but now they kind of like each other, and it's all at this wedding backdrop. And I feel like weddings scream summer as well, because a ton of weddings I go to are always in the summer. It's wedding season, and I really liked it. It was just so much fun. It was pretty short. I just love Danielle Allen. I love this book. If you watch me, you know how much I love this book, but it's definitely the perfect summer read. Then I have The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This one's on here because of just the cute factor. Our hero is Linus, I believe. Yes, it's Linus, and he is pretty pretty much a social worker for places that have magical orphans, and he is assigned this place that has like the most dangerous magical orphans, but the orphans are adorable. You have Lucy, who is Lucifer. You have this little blob who wants to be a bellhop. You have a garden gnome, and they're so adorable, and this is definitely like a found family book. I was just grinning and just cheesy the whole time. It was so cute, and Linus ends up falling for the guy who runs the orphanage. He really reevaluates his life because he's just stuck in a rut in his life, and this place changes his life, and it's so magical and adorable, and I just cannot recommend this enough for everybody, especially in the summertime. Then I have Imperfect Match, and it's Corinne Michaels and another author that I'm blanking on, but this one's a friends to lovers romance. Our heroine works for a matchmaking like app company that I think her family runs it. It's been a while since I've read this, but she ends up having to test it out on her best friend in order to prove that she can, I think, get a promotion, and she's kind of in love with her best friend, and so she has to plan these like perfect matches for him, and then like sneaks on his dates, but really she's following for him the whole time, and it's so cute. I really love books that have that whole like online dating matchmaking trope. They're fun, and it's a friends to lovers, which I really love, and just the whole cute factor makes it perfect for summer as well. And the last one I have is To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays, and this one, our heroine had the biggest crush on her brother's best friend growing up, and then he like left and was never seen again and turned into this really famous actor. She's in college, I think she's in college, and she has first published an indie book, and it's based off of him, and that's a secret though, no one knows, and it's being turned into a movie, and they hire him to play the actor, and there's some fake dating going on, and it's adorable. And he did break her heart when she was little, just because of like he said something that she wasn't supposed to hear that wasn't really true, and it broke her heart, and now they are in each other's lives again, and it's so fun. I do love the whole Hollywood aspect with him as an actor. She is a writer. They have to work together and fake date together. It's adorable. Another cute one that I think is perfect for summer. And those are some books that I think are perfect for summer if you're looking for something either adorable or has travel or is whimsical or just fun. I would recommend these. Let me know down below what you plan on picking up for summer or what books you think are the perfect summer reads. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.